it deeper. Oh, real talk, we gather round, stories to unfold, beauty, tips, and laughter, secrets to be told. Messy gossip flows like tea, high and fresh each week. Living life with shining bright, our bond is why we seek the hope. Spill the tea, just you and me, laughing through the night, smiling and free. Spill the tea, just you and me, laughing through the night.
Girl, did you hear what she did last summer? With a style and charm, she's a stunner. Flipping through gossip, the latest craze. Trying them to cook, oh how they dazzle. We keep it real, spilling the truth. In our circle of acquaintances, always from lipstick shades. So that's we sharing the vibe, feel the edges of the crease. Page by page, return our worlds. Sisterhood strong and life unfurled.
Hey, 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 Porch Crew. It's Set It Off Sunday. And as promised, I'm going to try to deliver to you. I think I could do it, though. I think I got it. The Dawn baby. The gangster granny is up here on the damn porch, baby. We got to talk about it. I'm so happy that some of you guys are joining me because y'all know I don't have nobody to talk to about these things that I'm interested in. Sure, they want to do other things, in my real life, but we like true crime over here on the porch, right? So, y'all ready for the recap of day one? When I'm looking it up, it appears as if this is like day 3, but it's really day 1 when the witness testimonies, take the stand. So I'm gonna call it my day 1, okay, of the court proceedings on Friday, the witness testimonies, the opening statements, and some of the drama. We're about to talk about it. We about to get into it. How's everybody doing? I done clicked on some. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? I hope Sharon can join us. She said she may be in church till. Hopefully she ain't in one of them churches that stay in all during day, because I got questions. Let me speak to everybody in the chat. We're going to come back to y'all because I got some Nisto and Miss Shirley content, as we try to debunk these people that's in their feelings about Shirley and what she knew and what she didn't know, and about her marriage and the oil rig. So we will come back for that. I want to let you guys know I have a little some, and we will be in our feelings again like we were on yesterday. Okay, so let me speak to everybody, and we're gonna get into it. I created an audio child just so I can make sure I hit my key points, and then I have like at the end of my audio some things that stood out to me. I think I'm calling them like porch talk topics, sticking with, how I label everything else. That will be at the end, okay? Hey, Nestos, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, my mod. Hey, Complicated, thank you for being here. Chanel up in the house. Ciao. Jackson, J. Blake, Cross Country Cruise, her. L. Sid. Y'all know I'm an L City girl, okay? Y'all know L. Sid has a channel where she covers the dating, reality shows, and Project Runway. I was over there yesterday listening to Project Runway in the damn background. Hey, Karen. Okay. Miss Boogie Down. Welcome, welcome. Black Rose, welcome. Greta was spinning around, baby, making them faces and crying, trying to manipulate the jury. It was. And what the judge said, don't make me make an example out of you over here playing on my top. Now, I see what you're doing, Don. It ain't gonna work. So cut it before I give you something to damn cry about. Okay? You want to scrunch up your face? You want to play Karen? Okay, play with me. Play with me. I got something for you. Baby, when they came back from recess, she was smiling. She looked like she was over there listening to some damn gangster rap. Because I saw her head bopping up and down, baby. She was over there listening to some of that thug music, baby. You know she from the 305. She probably was over there listening to some Trick Daddy in America with the triple K's. America. Okay, if you know the song, you know. All right. Hey, Black Rose. Hey, much better today. Y'all know I can't be serious for nothing in the world. We definitely gonna have the comedic commentary coming through. Okay. Sure, she was over there scrunching her face up like she didn't get her juice box, and everybody in the classroom got one but her. Okay. Don't worry, Don. You gonna get your guilty verdict too, okay? You're welcome. Wonder who holding Donna now, baby, don't snitches up in there. Hey, JJ, Jalen, Charles, she up in there mad as hell because she can't eat her damn kosher Jewish food. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. She up in there, eating bad. She hates the diet here at the Leon County Jail. Sure. LCJ. The judge ain't having her shenanigans. He said, you better straighten your face up. She better be glad he ain't come down there like our mama come down there and hold our cheeks real tight and turn our face from side to side. You better straighten up and don't make me address this in front of the jury. Now, this is your one and only warning. You better act right. I hope the jurors is able to use Donna outcry in the courtroom against her after they presented with the various recordings of her after the bump in her attempt to flee. Yep, that came up. That came up. The judge, a black man, fix your face with the tight lip, with the tight lip. And I'll say one thing about Judge Everett. He sounds like he is like no nonsense. He's stick to the script and he very firm, in when he speaks up in that courtroom. Okay, so he ain't to be played with. He not no Glanville. He not no Glanville, baby. He's up in there. He's doing what's fair from what I've seen. And I am here in Tallahassee, so I have never heard anything bad about him. Okay, we had some other bad judges, but we ain't talking about them today. But I've never heard anything bad about Judge Everett. I've heard he's very professional, but he is definitely very straightforward and very firm. Okay. I'm scared to look him in his damn eye, baby. I was looking to the side over there at the emblem behind him. I was scared for Donald. He definitely has a straight face. She meant straight face. Hey, Vic to the Bell, thank you so much for being here and joining us as we discuss justice for Dan. I should have put a 4 there, not FOR. I'm going to change that. Justice for Dan and Donna Adelson, first day at trial. I don't know if you've been watching it, but I know you are familiar with the case, okay? Because this is our 5th trial with our 5th co-conspirator, okay? Co-conspirator. Dawn. We're gonna get into that. Let me pull up my video because I have one. I'm gonna have to take this down because it's kind of the same thing. It's just gonna give us, it's like less than 7 minutes. Hey, no, it's less than 7 minutes of recapping. And then, of course, I'll be probably stopping doing commentary and reading your comments because I love to engage with you. I don't care what nobody say. They be leaving comments. You don't have to read the comments. Yes, I do. Okay, because I love to go back and forth with y'all. Y'all opinion, matters to me. Okay, I don't give a damn if it's 5 people in here. I'm gonna stop and talk. That's just me. Okay, real life. Let me see. This may clash, y'all. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. They up there double. Let's just take them down for now. See, I did the justice for here, but I spelled it out on the other one. It is not a big deal. It just caught my eye. Let's blow them up. Okay, I think that's the biggest I'll be able to get them, which is fine. It's this less than 6 minutes, sure. Read on 6, baby. You know I'm gonna keep on reading. Period. Well, I gotta be the only one up here talking. Y'all talking for the chat. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Anywho, again, this is less than 7 minutes. It's a recap. Y'all know how I do it with my audio girl. Y'all, when I've used her before, y'all seem to be okay with her voice. I've been playing with the voices, but I haven't done the audio in a minute. Since I think Diddy trial. Anywho, let's get to my audio recap. I will be stopping to read your comments and to make commentary, even though this is my own content. Okay, it's created for you by me, Lady T Book. Oh, wait a minute. Judge Everett runs around the same circles with my grandfather, who is also a judge in Florida. Yes. I always get a good laugh when you read response to the. I love if y'all make my day. Cause at work, I told y'all I don't be talking to them folks. So y'all really like the only grown up, no coworker people I talk to on the regular. Okay, because when I talk to my family, we talking about family stuff. They not interested in the same things that I'm interested in. So I don't get to talk to them about this type of topics, but of course about personal stuff, family stuff, and we go out, hang out, travel, whatever. But y'all mean that much to me. I want to hear y'all opinions. So don't stop the damn comments, okay? Hey Leo lady. Hey Miss E. Okay, yes, rest in peace, Dan Markel. They do have a hashtag for him, Justice for Dan as well. So we definitely want to see him have justice all the way down to Miss Wendi. Okay, which we got to talk about Wendi. Let me hit this video. It's less than 7 minutes where I try to cover like the high level points of the trial, but we will dig into, much more from the comments and myself. Okay. And I didn't include any clips from anything else. That's why I have them all down here at the bottom. Okay. We got Donna with the crybaby face in the damn middle. And then I got Wendi over here by the judge, because he may have to issue her a damn subpoena and say, you've been served. Now you up next. So I put her over here with the state. Okay. And then these are Donna's attorneys, and these are all the witnesses from Friday. Okay. We'll point them out as needed. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Look like I left off the neighbor. I don't see the neighbor up here. Oh, sorry, neighbor. I left the neighbor off. Okay. I was doing this at late night, so don't judge me.
Hey, porch crew! The gangster granny is finally getting her day in court. Do you think she will be found guilty? Let me know your thoughts.
Yeah.
But before we get into the content, please like the live. On July 18th, 2014, Florida State University law professor Dan Markel was found shot outside of his Tallahassee home. He succumbed to injury.
And I wasn't going to put Dan up here with the Addisons, baby. I let Dan just chill. Okay. He may make an appearance later on.
And died the next day. Since his death, 4 people are currently serving prison time in connection with his death: Catherine Katie Magbanua, Luis Rivera, Sigredo Garcia, and Charlie Adelson. Prosecutors believe the chain of events all stemmed from a vicious custody battle between Wendi Adelson and Dan Markel. The couple had been married 7 years before finalizing their divorce in 2013. During the time of Markel's unaliving, Wendi was trying to move their children from Tallahassee, North Florida to South Florida. Wendi hasn't faced any charges but is listed on the witness list to testify in Donna Adelson's trial. Charlie Adelson, the brother of Wendi Adelson and former brother-in-law of Markel, was convicted of first-degree murder and conspiracy to commit murder. He was sentenced to life in prison. In January of this year, the First District Court of Appeal denied Charlie Adelson's motion for a retrial. Donna Adelson is finally having her day in court and is
Okay, let's stop it right there, y'all. I don't know if you guys have been following it that closely. Some of this stuff I had to go back and do some research on, but Charlie did put in for an appeal, and in January it was denied. It was denied. So I'm sure he's going to keep on going until he exhausts all appeals. But for right now, his appeal was denied. He is still, well, no, he's now currently here at the jail. They have some of them at Wakulla jail, which is kind of like on the outskirts of Tallahassee. I actually live closer to Wakulla. It's probably we're connected, so sure, it's probably about 15-20 minutes from the Leon County jail. Child, I get everywhere in 5 minutes. That's my joke for how small Tallahassee is. But he may be at Wakulla because some of them are not at the Leon County because they don't want them to be around each other. They want to keep them separated. So I'm not sure because Luis Garcia, he testified on Friday, and Charlie is here. So I think they may be at different little locations, but I just wanted to point that out. He was denied. He was denied an appeal, and he is here in Tallahassee or Wakulla.
currently on trial. Donna is Markel's former mother-in-law, was arrested in November 2023 at the Miami International Airport trying to board a flight to Vietnam. Her trial was set to
Now, it was going to be messy and put a one-way flight. But I kept it cute because I'm going to upload this. So if y'all want to come back and listen to it, or, others want to listen to it, they can without the commentary. But sure, I was going to be messy and say a one-way flight. Her and her husband, who is in court, Mr. Addison, has been seen in court. They got pictures of him going around. He was there on the front row. One-way fit that she mentioned on the call. Yes, she said she ain't trying to get caught up, baby. That's another time she got tapped on the shoulder and was acting all surprised. Surprise, surprise. You thought you was going to get away. But no. Them folks was there to tap you on the shoulder and bring you on down here to this damn spot on the map called Tallahassee.
to start in 2024, but was delayed when Donna's attorney, Daniel Rashbaum, withdrew from the case due to a conflict of interest related to his representation of Charlie. Donna's new attorneys are Jackie Fulford and Joshua Zellman. She's facing first.
Okay, so y'all remember at first when Donna was tapped on the shoulders and brought down here to Tallahassee, the place on the map, the spot on the map. Her and Charlie had the same attorneys. Rashi is what the people call him in the community, was representing both of them. It became a conflict of interest, and now Donna has her new attorneys right here. They shouting at her, straighten your face up. Okay. So she has new representation now.
First-degree murder charges, along with charges of solicitation and conspiracy. She's accused of hiring hitmen to kill Markel. She has entered a not guilty plea on all charges. Now let's recap Friday's proceedings. After 3 days of jury interviews, panel of 12 jurors and 2 alternates were selected. Florida 2nd Judicial Circuit Judge Stephen Everett granted in part a motion in limine for the defense. He denied change of venue motions. 14 jurors entered the court.
Donna has unresolved motions like Nesto. Even though her trial is going on, they're still filing motions. The judge has not ruled on all of them, but he did rule on some of them on Friday. So one was the change of venue. Donna said she was not going to get a fair trial here in Tallahassee because all of the previous trials had been held here. We're a small community. She felt like the jury pool would be tainted. People would know about the case. They would already, have made a decision that she was guilty. However, 300 people were served and showed up to jury selection. They chopped it down to like half, about 150, and then they were able to pick 12 jurors. but this has been over 11-year period. So there have been people that are moved in, moved out, lost interest, didn't really know about it, and probably could sit there, even though they have been privy to some of this case, from the other trials. They felt like they could give a fair judgment to her, and wouldn't use it against her. They wouldn't be biased. So, anywho, she was denied and court proceeded. Okay.
Courtroom and sat in the jury box. Judge Stephen Everett gave the courtroom instructions and explained how the trial would play out. The prosecution began their opening statements at 10:30 a.m. Sarah Catherine Dugan gave a recap of the events that led to the unaliving of Dan Markel. The prosecution outlined their case by explaining events.
This is Sarah right here. And this Georgia. This Georgia, but this is Sarah, just in case you didn't know.
Emails and communications between Donna, Charlie's ex-girlfriend, Catherine Magbanua, and the hitmen, Luis Rivera and Sigfredo Garcia. They wrapped up opening statement. You will see that this defendant conspired with her son, who solicited his girlfriend to get this unaliving done. Jackie Fulford followed up with opening statement for the defense team. She shared information about how respected and loved
This is Jackie right here.
Markel was in his professional life, how important Markel's two sons were to him, and how outrageous it is for Donna to be deemed the matriarch and mastermind behind the death of Markel.
She is the matriarch of the Adelson clan. So why she don't want the title now that they're in court? She said, throw it back. That ain't me. Donna, you can't pick and choose when you want to be in charge and when you don't, okay? Because the way them text messages been dropped in your diary that you kept, you was doing your job as the matriarch, baby. Don't try to moonwalk backwards now.
The first witness, James Geiger, the neighbor who lives in the house next to where.
I'm sorry, James. I left you off of the thumbnail, but I may add you to. I don't know. You not coming, big. Oh no, isn't this James right here? Sure, I'm sorry. James over here in the corner, and I don't have my glasses on. As someone stated earlier in the chat, James is tired. He's elderly. He's been on all five witness lists, and he is doing his best, child. He is holding on for dear life to ensure that his neighbor Danny, get justice. Come through for us, Mr.
Where Markel
Everett
used to live. Geiger recounted sitting in his home and hearing a loud popping sound. He described seeing a light-colored car backing out of the driveway. He also described seeing Markel slumped over, head covered in blood, and rolling from side to side. The second witness the state called was retired law enforcement officers with the TPD Tallahassee Police Department, David Sims. The third witness, the state was called retired TPD forensic specialist Joanna Maltese. During their testimonies, the state showed photos of Markel in the hospital when he was still alive after being shot on July 18th. This was a shocker and audible gasp from people in the gallery. The fourth witness, Dr. Anthony J.
Now, I was shocked to hear that Dan was still alive, that he did not pass away on the 18th, and his parents were there. They've been to every court hearing, sitting on the front row as well. That had to be hard to hear, because I don't think that's ever been something disclosed or something that came out in the other trials. If not, I just missed it. But Dan was still alive. He was alive for 10 hours after he was pow before he succumbed to his injuries and passed away. But I did not know that. I learned that on Friday.
A. Clark, medical examiner. He stated he has performed over 8,000 autopsies in his career. He conducted the autopsy of Markel on July 19th at TMH Tallahassee Memorial Healthcare. His testimony ended with the state asking if he had an opinion as to what type of death this was. He responds was homicide. Court took a lunch break following Dr. Clark's testimony. After lunch, the state called the fifth witness, Craig Isom, a former investigator with the TPD at the time of the Markel's unaliving. The state asked him to explain when he broke the news of Markel's death to Wendi.
Now, people was criticizing Detective Officer Isom by stating that they felt like he was too nice to Wendi, like he was, treating Wendi like she was a widow, when she was the enemy, and he wasn't being tough enough on her. He wasn't doing a full investigation because he was too chummy with her. So I did see that in the comments. That's yeah, that will be hard to hear. Right. And they showed pictures. Jay Blake, they showed pictures too. You didn't know that? She is the head bitch in charge. Okay. Let me read those. Lady, I'm in my bone. This mafia wife had something to do with this man's unaliving. He did. She did. She did. I also feel Wendi knew about it also, which is why she tried to set her up. Then the man and drove in the area of Dan house. Okay, I see what you're saying. She set it up, and then she drove in the area when they were there, far as the police, when everything happened. Wendi was seen, driving around Dan's home, before the news broke. Okay, before they called her and contacted her. You're correct. No.
What he knew about the Adelson-Markel divorce and custody battle. He explained it as being contentious. Isom also clarified that he didn't review Katie's or any other employees, and he never heard from anyone representing Donna. The judge dismissed the jury for
Yeah, because he said that he tried to get in contact with the Adelsons. When the funeral happened, they were supposed to meet with him, but baby, they got on damn I-10 and got the hell out of Tallahassee, baby, without talking to him. So he never spoke with Donna. No one that was representing Donna spoke to him. It was no follow-up. Okay.
a brief break. During the short break, Judge Everett discussed the jury being sent home, email evidence, and outstanding motions. The state wanted to include emails about Markel's parents and conversations about an online dating profile. Judge said the prosecution could tie up the loose ends later, but that the exhibit would not be coming into evidence until that point.
Okay, so the state, these two ladies over here, tried to introduce some evidence that had not been reviewed prior to trial. The defense team right here hadn't had an opportunity to look over it. Their excuse was that it was too much to go through, and I guess an upload and preview. So they were trying to slip it in. The judge said, no. You cannot slip that in. You may use it at a later time, but not right now. Okay, next.
He permitted the redaction of one piece of evidence that contained a racial slur. The judge is very...
I believe that was an email, and it was a Jewish racial slur that was in the email that the defense team was trying to get thrown out.
assertive and firm with his delivery.
Judge was like, yeah, that can go through.
He expressed how the state and defense conversations will not interrupt the proceedings of the trial. Judge Everett stated, "If we have to go through every single state exhibit, we will do so. We're not going to be wasting the jurors' time." After the brief break, the sixth witness, Luis Rivera.
So that's what I was referencing. The judge is not having it. He's no nonsense, as we discussed earlier on in the live, and he letting them know, y'all not gonna keep interrupting. We gonna let this trial go through. I don't care if we have to sit in here and look at exhibit by exhibit, but it will be done, and it will be with limited interactions. Okay.
Who pleaded guilty to second-degree murder for the death of Markel, took the stand. Luis testified that Garcia called Katie after the hit, and he could hear Katie on the line. He also testified he was listening in because she was the one in charge of delivering their payment. The day after the murder, Katie delivered the money, and he received $35,000 in cash. At 4:30 p.m., the judge dismissed the jury for the day. It is expected to resume again on Monday at 8:30 a.m. Charlie and Wendi are listed as witnesses for the state. Wendi may be the first witness to take the stand on tomorrow. Let's go over some of my Porch Talk takeaways. Drop your takeaways or thoughts in the chat. The jurors were observed taking notes looking at the presenters. It appears that the Don is pointing the finger at Charlie, Wendi, and co-conspirators. With Wendi, her defense is Wendi had motive. Although her and Markel had a love-hate relationship, they were in a good place. She was behaving in front of the grandkids, and their beef ended when the divorce was finalized. With Charlie, he was the mastermind, and he had the money. He had the relationship with Katie. Even though she worked at the Adelson Institute handling the payroll books, she didn't keep track of the employees. So Katie being on the payroll wasn't a red flag or anything she wouldn't question.
Okay, so as you can hear, my takeaways, these that made me say, the Donna ain't gonna play fair. She putting the churn, up there, right? She said, hell, why would I, orchestrate this unaliving of Dan? I didn't have a motive. Wendi got money. Wendi wanted custody of her children. Wendi had the motive. Me and Dan were getting along just fine. Our beef ended when the divorce was finalized. We was good. I was even being on my best behavior when the kids were around. That's Wendi. That's her business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just the grandmama. And then she threw Charlie up under the bus, in my opinion, as well, because she said, Charlie, I just work at the Adelson Institute, the business that my husband Harvey passed down to you. And I continue to do the books for the Adelson Institution. But I was not in charge of hiring, doing timesheets, tracking if employees were working or not working. I didn't know who you were hiring. I was not in charge of the hiring or the firing. I just came in, I did the books, I did the payroll, and mind my business. So I did not know nothing about Katie being on the payroll, getting paid, but not working. I didn't know that was supposed to be a form of her being repaid for being the real mastermind behind Dan's unaliving. Okay, so the children, baby, Donna said, I got 3 scratch marks from you, Wendi. I got 5 scratch marks from you, Charlie. And that's the way the hell it's going to end it. Okay, I did my part. I did my part. Hey, Juju D. I remember when Donna said a custody judge was Black Southern woman, and she would love to have more Christian children if Wendi got custody. Yes, I think that was one of her threats that she told Wendi to tell Dan, if I'm not mistaken, because I could get things mixed up. I couldn't remember her name. I heard Charlie is pissed with mama, with his mama, with his Mika. Sure, it's every man for themselves. Donna said she carried them for 9 months. She not carrying them for the rest of her life. She not finna end up in jail for the rest of her days. So it's every man for themselves, okay? Charlie had the motive. Wendi had the motive. Charlie had the money. Wendi was going to receive money, okay, because she basically, is going to be in charge of Dan's estate until the kids are grown. Okay, so which they probably are about 18 or a little over at this point. But Wendi, this was something I was shocked to hear about on yesterday when they calculated up all of Dad's assets at the end of one of those witness one of those witnesses on the stand. I don't remember who it was. I was trying to look through my notes, but child, I don't remember. They said Dan was worth $2.7 million. The Don said she haven't gotten out one dime of that. Okay, so that was Wendi. Okay, so them churns done been disowned, honey. They orphans out here because Donna said get somebody else to do it. I'm trying to get home to Harvey.
Questioned Charlie about Katie work attendance. With the co-conspirators, the Don said she don't know them folks, and
Don said, I don't know them folks, and why am I here? You've already convicted everybody that co-conspired to unalive Dan. You got 4 convictions. Why am I here? Somebody tell me. You got the guilty people, including my son, Charlie.
Already been convicted, so why am I here? You already have the bad guys, including Charlie. Dan's net worth was $2.7 million, and Wendi would be in charge of his estate.
Yeah, they did.
Thanks for supporting the channel. Don't forget to like the video and
we could cut that off. That's for the replay gang. Yes, I agree with you. No, they overcharged Casey. They did the same thing with Trayvon Martin, and I believe that's why they did not get the guilty verdicts on both of them. They overcharged them. They was too confident. They knew it was hideous crime, so they felt like they could convict them on that, but it just didn't happen. And we down here, in Tallahassee, we don't care about all that. That's why the Don want to get the hell from down here. No one was considering the kids in all of this. So sad. She was considering the kids. She wanted to be in charge. She wanted those kids in Miami, not here in Tallahassee. We too country, we broke, we uneducated, and this was not good enough for her grandkids. She felt like she had more rights than the father. Wendi distanced herself from the mafia, along with Robert, which is the other sibling. Okay, it's Charlie, Wendi, and Robert. Wife, all she has is her husband because the older son doesn't speak with any of them, right? He probably been brainwashed too, but I mean, hopefully one day he will see things for what it is. But and then it's so unfortunate that Dan's family, I don't think they have a relationship with the kids because Wendi got them kids in hiding. I think I heard she's in Texas now, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. I was just reading some of the comments in some of the chat groups that I've been in. They're saying that she's relocated to Texas now, and she's probably changed their names and everything because she don't want them to be, easily noticed or identified. Harvey said, "I'm just." To see her go down. Yeah, Harvey is there walking around smiling. I said, Charles, Harvey probably over there being a sugar daddy to some of them young things down there on Miami Beach. He did not look distraught or anything. He was walking around. People were snapping pictures of him, and he seemed to be at peace. I don't want her back at home with me nagging and crying and whining about Charlie. I want peace. A piece allegedly. Okay, Rob has a right to not speak with that family. Check out why he stopped speaking to them. I know he stopped speaking to them because of Donna and her controlling ways, wanted to pick his mate, wanted to pick his religion, wanted to pick out his damn fruited balloons, his underwear. And he said, I am a grown man. I put on my pants 1 foot at a time. And I don't need you, mommy. Go over there with damn Charlie and take care of Charlie. He's the mama's boy. I'm not. So Rob got the hell away from him. He probably done changed his damn last name too. And I heard he may be on the witness list, but I didn't even check to see if he was. Wendi is supposed to be the first witness tomorrow, is from what I'm hearing, to take the stand. So I'm gonna be glued. I'm gonna have my door closed, acting like I'm in the damn meeting, baby. Don't bother me, because I want to be able to dissect Wendi like the damn autopsy. Okay, so please, dog, don't bother me tomorrow. Yeah, she's controlling. She wants his tidy whities, his fruit of balloons. Let me see if I missed anything in my notes. To me, on Friday, it was just kind of like a recap of what, actually happened leading up to Dan being unalive. They didn't really have anything earth-shattering happening on Friday. It kind of was a recap for the people that have been following the case. I did learn a few things which I pointed out my takeaways, but other than that, it was kind of like a review for the ones that, like I said, that's been already following it. But I'm interested. I'm ready for them to start putting up these exhibits, these emails for the Don, because I think that's what's going to convict her, because for some reason she felt the need to document everything, and that's going to come back to hurt her, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to be able to tie. I don't think they're going to her defense team is going to be able to disassociate her from being so close and in charge and the matriarch when it comes to the family and how involved she was. I don't think they're gonna be able to undo that. He is married to a lady from India. Imagine Wendi discussed with him, baby. He don't care. He said, baby, family is more than the bloodline. I'll create my own family with my wife, my children, and my wife's family. Okay. Bye, Felicia. Bye, the Don. Charlie was allegedly on drugs. Yeah. I think they said he was also doing like steroids and stuff like that because he was, very conscious about his body. Charlie looks like he's on drugs. Baby, that hair not hairing with Charlie. I need to go back and read. I pinned that comment to go back and read it. The ultimate learning experience. Luis Riviera is one of the hitmen. Never once mentioned Wendi as one of the individuals who participated in the money transferring process. However, he mentioned Wendi by name in the trial. Yeah, I'm interested to see because Wendi did not get immunity this time. So she has to testify and she could plead the fifth. However, I'm just not too sure because of some of the things that you just mentioned that she's gonna be arrested. I want her to, but I just don't think they have enough to tie her in. She covered her footsteps very well. I think I hit all my points. That's why I needed my thing because actually y'all know I be talking. That's why I needed my audio. Now I was surprised though. I will say I take that back. I was surprised that the Dawn is throwing her children, under the bus at this point. But she's just trying to create reasonable doubt. So, maybe it ain't personal. Maybe she finally learned to let go. Can't be a helicopter mom all your life, Dawn. The Dawn didn't even have to be going through this if she would have minded her own damn business. It has some self-control. I agree. I said what I said. And using Russ in RS dentist office allegedly. Yeah. Can you imagine how that officers ran? There's a lot going on there, to me, in my opinion. Yeah, prescription dentist, he could write prescriptions. So things should heat up. I think, if Wendi it really is going to be, the first person on the stand, y'all, you're probably going to be able to hear a cotton ball drop up in there. It's going to be so quiet. Everybody is waiting to see her because she's been under the radar. I'm looking back. To see if I missed anything, y'all. Yeah, we covered that. They brought up about the TV when it came to Charlie and Wendi trying to I guess maybe make a connection there because remember Charlie purchased the TV for Wendi and said it's cheaper. And to me, Wendi used that as an alibi, right? She had them to come deliver. Well, she set the TV up to be delivered during the same time frame that Dan was to be unalived. We already talked about the motive. The Don said she don't have no motive. She's just a grandma. She don't know them people. She don't have the money. She didn't know Katie. There's no connection to her. Okay, we talked about the neighbor. I was impressed by our bus, which we call Caltran, our bus transportation, also known as Caltran. I had no idea that they had cameras, especially back then in 11 years ago in 2014. They got a lot of footage from those cameras. In the bus, they just ride in front of the bus and they recording. I was impressed by that. To be a resident here, that's something I had never heard before in another case. Because we don't have like toes. We don't have toes here. And they gotta hurry up if they are gonna get Wendi, because a lot of these people are retired, they're aging, and their testimonies are very important. So I think they need to hurry up if they're gonna get her. We talked about that. We talked about Craig Isom contacting Wendi. Again, people felt like he was being soft on Wendi, that he wasn't in investigation mode. Like he was talking to her like she was the missus. She's the ex and a widow at this point. Like everybody a suspect. Why are you not treating her like a suspect? Okay, yeah, there it is. The email that I forgot who referenced it. They wanted to redact the email with the racial slur. Might impute something onto our two African American jurors. So there are African Americans on the jurors, okay? Because y'all know we don't like to show up sometimes. There are two of us on the jurors, and there was the racial slur. Somebody made reference to this in the chat. I forgot who it was. So they kept that in there. So that may be a deciding factor at the verdict, okay? The Don? Okay, we talked about that. As Donna said, even though I sign the checks, that's all I do, The rest is on Charlie. I think that's it. Oh, this was something I learned, and maybe I just missed this, that Luis Garcia said that they had accidentally fired the pow pow in the Prius floorboard, okay, hitting the gas line. So they had to stop and repair the vehicle. Sure. So that was a sign right there. Y'all shouldn't have done it, okay? That was a sign the good Lord was trying to tell y'all, Latin Kings, this is y'all warning. But they kept going because they wanted the money. Shoot, Garcia got $35,000 stapled in $100 increments. I don't know why he stapled that damn money. Okay. And according to Garcia, he was told that, the mom wanted the kids to be able to move, and couldn't do it, without the consent from Dan. And that was the reason for the unaliving. Yeah, prescription. Working on people's teeth. I couldn't imagine, sis. Sure, he need a hair implant. We all know that Hex lying about knowing Katie. Yeah, her baby boy did hide her. Right. Donna was probably tired of Charlie, and then two birds with one stone. Okay, she is evil, allegedly an evil woman, and daughter set it in action. We have cameras at the red lights. You in Tampa, boy. Both brother Robert will be testifying this week against mom. He was married to a non-Jewish woman. Wendi made him get divorced shortly after and married a Hindu woman and is happily married. Dallas metropolitan area had cameras in the early 2000s. Sure, good. I'm not in the metropolitan, baby. I'm in the country, baby. So I was very impressed to know that, as a citizen and a taxpayer here. He was probably like, ugh, as oh, the cat. And not showing up allegedly. Woo. Hi as a I got you. Hi as a Udi cat. There is nobody like me on the jury either. We all, yeah, supported the Markels. That's true, Brooklyn. Speaking of jurors, the guy that unalived those people in upstate New York, I heard, is asking for a new trial because the jury wasn't black enough. I thought, really? What trial? I said what I said. This is sad excuse of a man. She wanted control over everything and everyone. Her children loved, and it is sad she wasn't a better mom, right? Because she got good, successful kids. Okay, just sit back and relax. Go to the country club. Get Botox. Go to the gym. Get massages. You got money, baby. Take vacations. Why are you so pressed about your grandkids? Those guys were probably and well as the other people was selling using allegedly. The one at the grocery store, the clear guy that drove to unalive the black people in that grocery store. What city and when? Do you mean New Jersey? Okay. I'm not sure, so I'll wait till they answer. Let me see. I'm making sure I hit all my points. Oh, we did talk about the Adelsons. I think only far as citing Harvey has been the only one cited. I think Wendi was there, but she was keeping a low profile because she didn't know when they were going to call her. The Markels are there, and Mr. Phil, he looked like he wanted to tear somebody apart with his bare hands. He had a mean face on every time the camera was put on him. There seems to be like a lot of media. Oh, and the media did come up. Y'all, of course, the media, I guess, is a hot topic in any trial these days. I guess a high profile trial. One, I think it was in the Don's opening statement with her defense team. They stated that they just want to keep bringing people to trial so the media can make money off of clicks and views. I thought that was interesting. I forgot to include that in my notes. So the media made an appearance in court. Okay. So the media is becoming, I guess, a thing, in all these court proceedings. Oh, and we forgot to talk about the Don offering Dan $1 million, to let Wendi and the kids relocate to South Florida. I forgot about that too. Wendi didn't have $1 million, so was it coming from Harvey and Charlie? Okay, that's it. I went through my notes one more time. Let me see. Hey, Georgia Peach. We just got Trader Joe's though. But we don't really have a lot of grocery stores other than Publix here and Walmart, and which is not really just a grocery store like Publix is. We have one Trader Joe's. It was in Buffalo, New York. Hey, Georgia Peach. Okay, I'm highly religious Jews with the suit and hat. Okay, in my 50 years, I have never seen a case like this, and we get along with everybody. That's why it's just a bad apples and bad seeds amongst every community, Brooklyn, which is weird because, like you said, why can't we get along? Why are we sticking our nose this far in our family's business? Why do you feel like you have more rights than the father? There's clearly something off with Donna, and she got some control issues. While in Albany for my family, and I drive here to Tallahassee for those stores. Okay, yeah, a lot. I was telling y'all before. A lot of people come to Tallahassee to work. Buffalo, New York, like 5 hours away from me, next to the Canadian border. Okay, Brooklyn, are you? Oh, you just want to learn about different cultures. Yeah, Brooklyn, tell us what's the difference between um Charlie's religion and the Don religion. I'm not even gonna say Wendi. What's the difference between the religions with those two? Can you help me with that part? Because I'm not sure about that, about the Jewish community. I know she was mad because those kids ate that food at the birthday party. Shit, Donna was ready to do the job herself. Them kids was at the birthday party eating pizza and hot dogs from Publix. Like, dang, you want to control the diet too? And that's all I have. We'll do a short recap tomorrow after probably right before we do some Nesto content. We'll keep it high level because this is a lot. And they were moving fast on Friday. I'm like, for y'all just to have started the actual trial around 10:30 a.m. and then it ended around 4:30, y'all sure had a lot of witnesses in that short period of time. They had like 5 witnesses in that short period of time. I'm like, dang, they got them moving in and moving out like an assembly line. Hey, Shan. Hey, everyone from the bushes. Sure, you still at church? So I know you said you had a big day at church today. Okay, Charlie was born Jewish, not Orthodox. Okay. Okay. Markel was more Orthodox like Jared. Okay. Kushner that converted his wife to Judaism. Okay. Okay. That helps. Okay, y'all, drop y'all last thoughts down in the chat. We're gonna wrap up this live. We will be back with Nisto. Sure, she would have. Them kids over there eating. And I'm like, they just kids and they're at the birthday party. I mean, come on. Come on, Don. Chill. Y'all drop y'all thoughts down there. Okay, let's do it like this. Who do y'all think had the better I'm trying to see how I want to word this. Who do y'all think won day one? Okay. The prosecutors or the defense? It's kind of like one. I don't. I'm trying to see if I vote. I don't really feel like one did better than the other because it was kind of like a foundation day where they were just laying the foundation and reintroducing things that I've already heard. I know it's new to the jurors, but I don't know. Judge won day one. Okay, I could go with that. So vote. Do you think the judge won day one? The prosecutors won day one, or the defense won day one. So I guess I could be team judge. Okay, last thoughts. Donna trying to dry them eyes. Okay, and take it on the damn chin, Donna. Last thoughts. The Don is super controlling. She was definitely the mastermind. Judge one, day one. Katie King Tato is the MVP. Oh, day one, the defense won because they didn't really tie her in yet. Okay. The state won day one. Okay. I know the judge had the defense lawyer shook her, had me shook her. You're welcome. Probably 7:30. 7:30. Last thoughts, note to self, leave your grandkids business alone, especially if they're not being mistreated. Yeah, Dan seems like a good father. He may not have been a good husband, but you know, shit, Wendy was friendly with that kitty cat over there, right? She was dating all the men on the job, right? Dan was still working at the job. You don't have like two boyfriends up here on the job. Somebody mentioned that one of her boyfriends testified before. I'm not sure if he's testifying this time, but she was too friendly. I felt like, Dan was a good dad. He wanted to be hands-on. He was, basically creating generation wealth for his kids. He loved spending time with his children. Baby, what else could you ask for? She should have had my baby daddy. She would have been happy to keep Dan. The state won, in my opinion. Okay, so we got a few that think the state won. Yep, they setting it up. They setting it up, and I think moving forward, this is not going to be a long trial, and they will be making the connections starting this week. Wendy was throwing that meow to everybody at the college, allegedly. True. Brooklyn say, you know what, Brooklyn, you on the song now. You on the song, baby. He was salty. I don't blame him for being salty, because you kind of tried to implicate me in being the person that had the motive to do this. So I don't blame Jeff. But Jeff said, I was in New York with my lover. No, he was in New York. I wasn't even in Tallahassee. I have a alibi. Okay, don't play with me. And Jeff wasn't shut up. He was talking to everybody. He was telling everything he knew. Something has to be wrong with grandma. There's no winner. She lost her son, her daughter, the grandkids, and her husband. What a damn mess. He was thrown under the bus. He was. But baby, he went to talking, and thank God he did know a lot of the information that he knew when he was being questioned by TPD. He was able to stay consistent, when he took the stand. I don't know if he's going to be back doing the Don, but I am waiting on Wendi, honey. She was spotted. She was keeping a low profile, and Harvey was just walking around smiling and waving like he was in the parade. And Mr. Phil Markel looked like he was ready to throw them bows. He had the stank face. He had he was not happy, which who would be, under these conditions. Yeah, Wendy was loose as a goose. Don't get me started. All right, y'all. I'll be back around 7:30. I will have already eaten my dinner, so y'all don't have to hear me saying, I gotta go eat. I will eat before the live. About what time you coming back? I think you heard me. Your comment probably was coming in as I was saying it. Let me know, Georgia Peach, if you didn't hear me. Also, did y'all vote for Court TV to be a part of Nesto's trial? I did. I'm gonna vote again today. I'm gonna vote every day. Okay. I even put the link in there to the bulletin that went out in Fulton County, Georgia, about, do you know these folks? Have you been scammed by those folks? I linked it. In there. I sure did. Yeah, baby, like the parade, he was just a smiling. I'm just saying, Joel. We'll come back to and do this though, and then Monday we'll do a brief recap. Child, we probably only gonna want to talk about Wendi tomorrow if things go as if what I've heard is she's gonna be the first person up there. Child, I may have to pop out on lunchtime. I may not be able to wait and hold it, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let y'all go so y'all can do whatever it is y'all need to do. So y'all can be back here on the porch because we're gonna talk about POAs. We're gonna talk about Natasha, aka Natalie Fields, and much more. Okay. See y'all later. It's set it off Sunday. We're doing 2 rounds today. Okay. Let me see. I see some. Where's the link? It's on my community wall, and I dropped it in the live on yesterday, and it's pinned in the live from yesterday too. Wendy might be married now, Troy. She could be. Last out, mom, trust you instilled. Yeah. Mom, trust you instilled your children to make good decisions, and if if they don't support, them, but stay out of their business, their affairs, if they are or your grandchildren are not being harmed. Period. Where do I go vote? It's gonna be Court TV. Hold on. Let me get the link. I hope I still got it up. Let me see if I still got it up, y'all, because I'm notorious for just closing things out that I know I'm going to need at a later date and time. But I did post it on my community wall on yesterday, and I don't think I posted too much like sometimes I do. So it should probably be about 3 or 4 posts down. Y'all, I closed it. I'll have it ready for us when we come back at 7:30. Let me check both of my screens. Yep, I closed it out. But it is pinned. It's pinned to the live we did on yesterday, and it's on my community wall. But I'll repost it when we go live at 7:30. All right. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all later. Bye.